WWE grossed $1 billion, and there'll be plenty more where that came from, whether it's from a TV rights deal or a potential sale.
Pro Wrestling Bits. Subscribe now.
WWE made history by grossing over $1 billion in 2021, $1.095 billion to be exact. WWE's money has been the subject of a lot of scrutiny in recent years, whether it's the hundreds of millions they've made in Saudi Arabia or the increased profitability due to mass releases. I get it. I'm still not over Hit Row being gone, but at the end of the day, women lie, men lie, numbers don't. And the numbers have been very good to Nick Khan, more importantly Vince McMahon, and WWE. Greed and blood money are all part of the cost of doing business. That's why I chuckle at these lists of most beloved billionaires. A list topped by AEW's Tony Khan in 2021. Vince was in the top 10. But ranking the most beloved billionaires is like listing the cleanest politicians. Don't get me wrong, I'm a capitalist and a future billionaire myself, but very rarely, if ever, does somebody become a billionaire magnanimously. If you build a pile of money, chances are there will be corruption, greed, and tax loopholes buried underneath. And that's just the short list. Having said that, WWE's business model is humming right now. Merchandise per head is up, gates for WWE Day 1 and the Royal Rumble were massive, and even watch time for WWE events on Peacock were way up from the WWE Network era, partly because there are more people subscribed to Peacock. But that argument goes both ways. Peacock currently has around 25 million total subscribers, but 1 million of them were converted by WWE. That core base of mobile fans, even in an era where the product's popularity has declined, will help establish WWE as the belle of the ball when all these broadcast networks and upstart streaming services are looking to build an audience and fill their platform with content. With WWE routinely whittling down its workforce to a skeleton crew, there will always be sale rumors. But now there's Paramount Plus, Disney Plus, ESPN Plus, HBO Max, Apple TV, and Netflix, and that's just a short list. WWE might get more value out of leasing its content for another 5 years due to a bidding war. In fact, let's look at some of the top contenders to potentially lease or buy WWE's product. The USA Network needs WWE like AEW needs short white wrestlers. Without WWE, USA is no longer a channel, so if there is a bidding war to buy WWE, expect NBC Universal to be at the head of that table, if nothing else to keep USA Network afloat and to essentially complete its own punch card of WWE content that it already airs. Fox has far more leverage with WWE in this situation, but they did fork over $1 billion to lease WWE programming for a Friday show. And according to actor and former WWE writer Freddie Prinze Jr., WWE wanted Fox to buy the product outright. Fox has been very active with its portfolio. In 2021 alone, the Murdoch family bought Mar Vista Entertainment and TMZ. ESPN Plus has found major success with its UFC deal, which led to 568,000 new subscribers for the platform in 2019. Keep in mind, WWE has converted 1 million subscribers to Peacock. Of course, there's more value on the UFC subscribers because many of them will also pay upwards of $75 for UFC pay-per-view, which tells me if we're watching WWE on ESPN Plus this time in 2024, premium live events may come with a much higher price tag than $4.99. Given the success of the ESPN UFC marriage, Disney might want to recreate this dynamic with WWE, and it has to be considered a contender to not only bid on WWE's TV rights, but buy the company outright. It might not even be much of a bidding war because Disney owns both Fox and ESPN. So if the mouse wants WWE, the mouse is gonna get it. Hey there, Vince, Nicholas, Tucker Carlson here. Hey, not to be biased, but I think you fine folks over at the WWF should sell to Fox. That way you'll have an open invite anytime to come on my highly rated talk show, Tucker Carlson Tonight, where we can discuss the product and talk about how the vaccine is giving America's children rabies. Oh boy, I just love sports entertainment. Lucky for you, I brought some change I found underneath my couch. How does $10 billion sound? Sure, WWE could hypothetically sell the company for, let's say, $10 billion. Nick Khan has even taken phone calls with offers. But here's a question. With the streaming bubble showing no end in sight and WWE having all this leverage, what's the rush to sell? By continuing to lease its content, WWE might be able to secure a couple billion-dollar bags for TV rights and second-day viewing, in addition to selling the company at a later date. Everybody getting money, except for the wrestlers, of course. More importantly, by continuing to lease, WWE maintains control, which to a control freak like Vince McMahon is invaluable. Part of me feels like WWE, quote, setting itself up for a sale could be part of another negotiating ploy by Vince, Nick Khan, and WWE. Sure, WWE wants to be as profitable as possible to help the stock price, but the very idea of a sale will only intensify a bidding war. As long as there's a possibility for WWE to be sold, and people believe it, which they do, it'll increase the sense of urgency from other suitors. If there's a sale on the table, bidders will either have to come up with a worthwhile, bloated TV rights deal, or maybe even come correct with a better offer to buy. Either way, headed into 2023, WWE has all the leverage. Networks and streaming services owned by deep-pocketed conglomerates need live content. WWE has live content. They need subscribers. WWE has subscribers. They need watch time. WWE has eyeballs. And when it comes to all the reasons WWE is going to come up yet again, that's just the short list.